looks good. And I think we're live here. All right. What's up, everybody? Good evening. Looks like we are good to go. I'm gonna get my glasses. All right. What's up, everybody? So, I'm going to give everybody, as always, just a few minutes because this is live. So, we'll give it about 5 minutes. Let everybody kind of pile in here, and we'll go ahead and get started. So, how's everybody doing tonight, though? You don't want to do it anymore. Just say. All right. Perfect. What's up? Are those 6 your watch list for tomorrow? Pretty damn close. Yeah. Um, Tyler, so not you, but as far as I can see, and I'll double check it, it may have been just the bot, because the bot sometimes will because we're transitioning, oftentimes the bot will kind of freak out. But let me double check something really quickly while I have this on here. So looks like, did you go through the website already, Tyler? It looks like I saw you the membership was in. We'll take a look at that though, as soon as I get off. So, but sorry about that, man. I'm not sure what's going on. X Baba MU, how do you like the calls? Those were good. X Baba, MU did well as well. Do I like them for continuation? We'll find out here in a second. Necessary, but I'll turn it on. Oh shit. Hold on a second. Oh, that was terrifying. I thought I just turned my computer off completely. Hold on, we're still streaming. All right, we're still streaming. Okay, cool. Well, I just hit the plug. So, all right, let's get this back up. So, what's neat for Tessa, and what do you guys see spy? We will take a look at that here in just a moment. What's up, Roller Warrior? I do trade the OTC very seldomly, though. What's up, Anna? Good evening. All right, so looks like everybody's kind of piling in here. We'll go ahead and live. All right, there we go. Yeah, Tesla moved really well too. No surprise, but it's definitely up against that mark. So we're gonna go over it. All right, and good to go there. How is the stream right now? It's my widget says that the stream is not receiving enough video. Let me know. Should be good to go though. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just with a brief recap of today. Get my sleeves up. Kind of hot in here. All right. So, as far as the trading day was concerned, today we saw that infrastructure was moving. Immediately, I thought of one of my favorite stocks. I think I took it right before the break of 49.50, and we rode that thing all the way up past $50 on weeklies too. For the last one's going out for around 100%. So those were really good weeklies. We also had an AI, and this is honestly, it was really cool because um, hopefully you guys can see the chat okay. Let me just make sure. 8:19. Okay, no. The stream status says it's poor. Hopefully, give me a thumbs up in the chat if everything looks okay camera wise and stuff like that. All right. So hopefully if you guys can see me because it says that it's not receiving enough frames. But so going into Alacola, we had that $52 sweep come in right after good to go? Okay, cool. So sweep $52 call. I think it was out till October. And that was great because we signaled that we took that play, and then we have that extra confirmation come in. And oftentimes it's people following the flow, not vice versa. So this one was a great play, well over 100%. Got that gap filled, and probably looking to potentially break into all time highs. Going into next week if we see continued infrastructure love, and of course that has a whole hell of a lot to do with the bill. So going long on this is all dependent on that infrastructure bill. So anyway, we also took plug power today, and this one was I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. I was taking plug power for the gap fill there to 27.84. And that was the mark in which I trimmed my first contracts. And I left runners because the volume was great, big, strong bounce off support. And one thing that I'll, just say is I noticed that there was a lot of people getting scared out of their positions. And they're also looking at the 5 minute. And I would urge you to start using the 15 minute if you are day trading, and stop looking so much into that higher time frames. Because unfortunately, the more that you look at the five, the easier it is to get you to sell your position. And that's the whole goal when you're in an uptrend, is to shake out the weekend. So what's good with AMD targeted 115? Yes, and if you guys have any requests, those of you who are in here, any requests at all, YouTube live right now, link in the bio. I'm not going to be taking any requests off the page, but I will be taking requests on the YouTube channel. So, uh, 1 second. Oh, oh my God! That pretty sure just destroyed my eardrums. Hopefully, you guys didn't just lose your eardrums. I heavily apologize. Ow. That really hurt. All right. Anyway, let's try that again. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. What the hell was even that? It's not easy, man. You know, less trades, bigger size. But I see. Any request on YouTube? I need to start typing that. All right, there we go. Sorry about it, guys. Okay, so anyway, I just had to make sure that stream was okay. We also swung Roku calls And I'm not gonna hide, it was a red. It was down 50% today, y'all. And at some point there was a part of me that wanted to cut. But here's the thing. As long as you're staring at your P&L, you're going to get shaken out of your position more than likely. And that's just how it goes. Like the a lot of times with weeklies as well, you'll get that really strong pullback. But here's the deal with Roku. I trusted the chart and I set up this chart and I told everybody I am looking at basically 415 was the first place, but then looking at the channel, I was looking for a bounce down on the bottom of the channel, and we got that bounce. And then we ended up getting a breaking downtrend and closing right up around the same part as a close. So I'm looking for an actual, and there's a gap to fill, a big one on Roku. So Roku is on top of the watch list tomorrow for potential potassium. I just threw potassium in there. But a potential breakout above 322 into the 330 levels. So, no. Isn't the market closed? Yeah, this is when we prepare for the market. Uh, Jose Garlis? Sure. DATS, we've been holding DATS since $3, so whatever happens up there. Well, some of us. I didn't dive a hand it like some of the other people did. I'm not that guy. Okay, so Jason Prince. Yeah, Jason, I'm not a big Ford trader, man. Ford's no problem, but yeah. Yo, thank you for reviewing ASO. What happened? Yes. So Robert, to answer your question, absolutely, definitely see that play coming in. So, um, let's see. All right. So besides that, Alacola, we did take an affirm trade. The affirm trade went rather well. I did take Cat. Cat went okay. I wasn't able to get out with a ton of profits, but I did leave a contract there. DDD. We also traded Upstart. I'm not sure if anybody took that trade with me, but that one was a phenomenal trade as well. Uh, you call it. Yeah, yeah, of course. Uh, I don't play Jose. No, I don't play OTC, man. I'll be honest with you. XRP people are crazy, dude. Not in a bad way, but like they just randomly come out of pocket with no pro, prov, no nobody provoked them, and they're just like XRP is going to the moon. Okay. Anyway, so QS was also one of the last trades that we took today. And that one was just really, really pent up. And didn't really think that we would see incredible movement unless we broke over 28. We got to 28 and we got to 28 with a lot of choppy volume. So unfortunately, QS is kind of looking like a head and shoulders. So I'm trying to keep this relatively short. As far as like my prep, you guys know that I'm more interested in doing this going into tomorrow morning, so that way you guys have an updated idea, and I'm not doing all of this just to waste my breath. So in the sense that I don't want to have to I don't want to go over all of this and then have you guys have to um just update it in the morning if we get a big gap down, big gap up. I'd rather go look in long term. If you guys have anybody in the link in bio for YouTube, that's where I'm at right now. So if you guys want to actually ask a question about a chart, please hop in the YouTube so that way I can see your request and get to your charts there. So, all right. Well, as far as that is concerned, we're just going to go ahead and full screen this, and we're going to look at SPY because it's definitely worth taking a look at because we are up against a nice downtrend here. I'm going to keep it on the 15-minute time frame in order to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about here. So, starting from the September 3rd high, running down, definitely see wicks here. It looks like as if you do get the attempted break to the upside twice, but then pulled right back down, y'all. And we had, unfortunately, a little bit of a red day today. I think the S&P was closed at down 0.28%. So we are on, and I do like to use the 200-day EMA, but we are sitting there consolidated. Whatever moving average this is, it's still the price action consolidation. And this part that actually gives us a clear indication of where we should take SPY if it breaks range. So right now the range on SPY is 441. So basically the break below 442. And then for me, I would say 444.50. 444.50 SPY to the upside, and then 442 below 442 SPY to the downside, likely to the 438 level. So and we'll take this one as it comes. Of course, we are up against downtrend. And inside of a correction, I want to remind everybody here that in a correction, oftentimes you'll forget that the correction is occurring, and it will actually correct on you really quickly. So what will happen in a correction is you'll have an established downtrend. You'll run up to that top of the downtrend, and then you'll get your rejection. You'll continue to make a new low. So in this case, if you're looking at this 15-minute time frame, we did break trend as of today. We're below that trend line. So in order to really change the tone, we would really need to push up and past that price target I gave you guys. So anyway, on if you guys have any requests, those of you on TikTok, we are on YouTube Live right now. So just hop on there, and I will absolutely take a look at whatever Tiggers you guys are requesting. So, all right. Is Opticy on? Opticy, are you on? Not Diz DFS. Found your YouTube from TikTok. Awesome. Thanks. Nope, I haven't looked at any of your guys' requests. So we're gonna go ahead and start at the top. I don't know if Opticy is on. I don't think he is, but CEI. I just got a CEI request. So if actually there's none in the YouTube. So whoever wants to get to the YouTube and drop that in. Oh, there it is. Bub asked at 8:32. So we're gonna go ahead. You guys can look at the chart. I'm gonna go or at the request coming in, and I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking these down. So the first one that I see here, Raw is asking about SPY and Tesla. So I'll just finish up with Tesla. Where do I see Tesla? Or excuse me, SPY, where do I see SPY progressing towards the end of the week? Well, for me, it's kind of in a place where I am going to withhold most of my judgment. Do I think that SPY is more than likely going to go up? More than likely, because that's just what it does. But on the technical side, it doesn't look the best. You do have the MACD rolling over to the downside. So if anything, a pullback to 440 is in the cards if this ends up being a breaking downtrend. Above, and this is, I'll take it, I'll let the trade come to me rather than trying to guess it and anticipate where everything's going to go this way, that way. No, I'm just going to anticipate taking the trade when the levels get reached or broken. So the first level is going to be 443.91, and then that 10 cent or that push over 444, and then same thing at 444 to the 445 level. Look at Drip and Gush. Yes, definitely. Look at those if you go ahead. How to get to YouTube. If you guys are on the TikTok right now, if you want to get to the YouTube channel, the link is in my bio, and it's pretty easy to get there. So if you guys have any requests, go ahead and drop it in that channel. All right, so next one is Tesla. And this one, what a ripper. Yeah. So we gave you guys and I think the last time we looked at Tesla, we were looking at this setup right here. And we did this on a weekend. It was right here. And spot our Tesla, we remember the flow, it absolutely broke out with a vengeance. Volume spikes, definitely moving up really, really nicely. And that $800 target, really we just breathed, just barely getting right underneath, and really that's market makers probably stepping in and slapping that the option booty in that case, because in that, whenever you have option premiums and people are playing weeklies and you get close to that price mark and then people start taking calls because they think it's going to go in the money and then all of a sudden it doesn't, you lose those premiums really quickly. People panic sold, and it is what it is there. So for Tesla, I like to keep it simple, especially on lower time frames. Obviously this is showing a decent trend as far as the hourly time frame. So right here we have a nice, and for the most part I like to see three bounces off of the trend line. So it looks like we're heading for that next bounce. The 20-day EMA, all right, so don't get confused by any type of terminology. If you're new, EMAs are just moving averages. It's just a line to represent the stock over a certain amount of time, and that is averaged in. So if you're asking about GNUS, I really, I have been hearing I'll be honest with you, since I've been in the market, it feels like I have not stopped hearing about GNUS. And it's unfortunate, but like it's just one of those stocks. It just doesn't ever seem like it's gonna go anywhere. And it's not, maybe they have good fundamentals, but they're just not, whatever they're doing is not cutting it. So there's just better opportunities in the market. You know, if you guys have a CEI is requested, so if you guys have a request for CEI, just hang on, hop on the YouTube, and I will get to that in just a second. So anyway, for Tesla, look for the trend line bounce. Right now I have 782.50. I also like to use this 9-day moving average. Double check that, make sure it is. Oh, that's on the 6. It seems like it likes the 6-day moving average a little bit more. All right, so no, I'm gonna leave it on the 9. So anyway, back up above the 9-day moving average would be nice. And then looking at the daily time frame, you are yeah, wow. So you are getting up to the 805 would be the nearest target, and really you're gonna have a lot of trouble pushing up past 800. Once you clear 800, I think you're good to go. But also remember that the potential for things like a cup and handle would come at that 881, potentially $900 mark. So I don't know if Tesla's going to rip that hard, but it certainly is starting to pick up steam out of this accumulation phase. So you know, you're starting to really heavily accumulate, and then hopefully you'll head back up there. So Tesla looks great. Hourly time frame, we did our due diligence there. We know where we need to bounce. If we don't bounce there, then watch it for a revisit of 775. Below that, I would watch for 765, and then right back down to 760 if you do not hold. So okay, so let's keep it moving. Projeto el explorador mineral no Brasil Castillo Tropilos. I know. Um, let's see here. Um, I don't know what company that is, but I think I got the majority of that message. Uh, but I might need some more info. All right. Anyway, so let's keep it moving here. We got Tesla and SPY. Let's move down. We've got J and W. All right, so JWN, excuse me, or JWN. Nordstrom. My fiance used to work at Nordstrom. Their schedule, listen, if you want to talk about a weird ass schedule, that's the one. So it's really funny because Burlington Coat Factory and many other retailers have the very same gap. And I find that kind of funny, but right here, and it's funny because that's literally somebody told me free money. They were saying that like because of the curl, it was free money. I certainly hope so. So in this instance, looking at the setup here, it doesn't look really bad. You've got the RSI with plenty of room to run. You had earnings, so you have a catalyst that has come and gone. So hopefully you can make a move now to either side. The TTM is starting to fire off. I like to use the 20, 50, and 200, and the 20-day moving, or the 50, excuse me, which is this burgundy line, is sitting right there at $31. All right, so 30, and that's also a previous support that was broken. So if we draw a ray right here, we can see that this level right here, that's that $31 level. that we broke that level. So that's the very same level we want to get back above. Oftentimes, when you break down below a level, you retest it, and that's when you'll find out if a recovery is in the books. But of course, you'll do that with, and actually your gap was filled today for the, not all of it, but almost all of the gap was filled today. So you're going to want to get above that $31 mark and push into this new gap starting at $33.50. So, um, 229. I highly doubt that. Even with a proper DCF, TYM bridge, I highly doubt that DK&G would get 229. But I hope so. Um, but just off of evaluation, no. I mean, you could do that on an Excel program and find out for yourself, So, all right. So, I mean, I hope so. That'd be sick. I'd play it too. I'd play it all the way to 229 if that's the price target. This guy has a DK&G price target of 229. That'd be sick. Okay, so anyway, know where our gap is starting at 33 50, 33.65, ending right there at 36 50. So all in all, everything looks like you're going to continue up, but you're looking for a break above $31. So that would be where I'd leave that at. Hello, so what are we? Okay, so Manny, I'm gonna take a look at one of those. I've already done Spy, and I'll do Amazon. Um, so Amazon still looks great, in my opinion. I think Amazon's actually looks better than it did before. So you did get a gap down, but you really just retested. Oh, actually, this is fucking awesome. So this looks great. And the reason why I really like this is because you've got, and this is my rule of thumb, this is my strategy, but you have one, two, three bounces off support. And one, two, well, you could argue whether this is a one or two, but two bounces off resistance. You never really go and test support in between that. But with that, I would like to see once the gap gets filled, and the gap's going to get filled at basically 34.50, this thing could absolutely shoot out. And this takes market cooperation. So but anyway, yeah, so above basically through that gap, and if you look at the hourly close on Amazon, it's giving you a pretty clear level. Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time talking tonight for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because I talk all damn day. 34.28 it looks like, and that would be the next target over there would be 34.50, right above that 34.50. So honestly, it has a pretty clear target, where you need to get over. Of course, today's highs at 34.15, 34.18, and then that next target above it. So need more than that. Respectfully, if we can get ESPN 3 billion, we could get a rocket to do highs. Yeah, if you had a huge partnership with DKNG, yeah, it's certainly possible. So all right. So keep it moving here. Amazon actually looks good though. Especially with that target. All right. ENVB. Daily time frame. So a lot of these, I'm just going to warn you already, now that I'm getting started, that a lot of the times, if it's a bioscience therapeutic company, there is no reason to chart it. There is not a lot to chart. And oftentimes that's just because this company is just running off of pure news. It needs to, whatever bioscience, that it's doing, it needs to do better. I don't like, and I'm not a bioscience nerd, as far as like stocks are concerned or anything like that, but you're going to find that that's normally what you see here. Now, that doesn't exclude the lower time frame, where the lower time frame you could chart like maybe some type of falling wedge, which does show some sort of respect. Kind of right around there. It's not really pretty, and I don't really dig it a lot, but I would say right there. So that is a bit of a reversal pattern, and oftentimes my 200-day EMA on the hourly will be my entry. So above the 200-day EMA, and that's sitting at 248, 250. So what program am I using? I am using a TradeStation, or excuse me, TradingView. I also use TradeStation, but Justin. Yeah, I will get with you soon too, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, of course, not a problem. Um, yeah, for the you just DM me. Check in the video description below. The Patreon thing is there. So, um, MRT. I am a full-time trader, yes. And if you guys have any requests here on TikTok, the link is in the bio. I'm taking all of your requests on YouTube. If you guys have any requests, I'm not ignoring you, but you need to make sure that you go and hop on there. So, if you want any of your requests, charts request, charted. So, anyway, ENV B, that's a falling wedge. I would look for a breakout and a push to around 260. But otherwise, news is probably imminent on that one. If it already has news, then just watch for volume to step up for continuation. So, um, MRTX. Um, all right, so you have a falling wedge on MRTX. And I would say, long term, depending on the news, you do have earnings. Earnings are coming November 9th. So you have an extended amount of time before that hits. I would honestly say, looking at the setup here, and I'm not 203. So one thing that I would warn you guys about taking cent marks, so like 203.65 or 320, it doesn't help to be, you need to set zones. So that's good to like have a price mark that you know it's going to get rejected at, but oftentimes it's a zone and not just a specific penny mark. So what I would look for here is 178 and the wick fill. If you start wick filling, more than likely you will continue to the upside. 129.50, and then of course that'd be that midway mark, and this is a bullish reversal pattern. So with proper news, it should run up into, I would say, 205, or 208 would be my first price target there. And even if you wanted to set up pivots right here, that I think that'll kind of line up. Yeah, so we have 215 as an interim price target, and then of course 197 65. So, and that's, I mean, it's extremely speculatory, to put that out there. So, um all right, so if you guys have any chart requests, those are on YouTube. So, all right, sorry about that. Okay, so we have no name. So what happened with AOS? Let me look. You said thank you for AOS. What did it do? Oh, you must have. Did you play the upside here to 43? Is there any hope for ABT? Hold on, I skipped a few. Hold on one second. What's going on? Roku. So yes, Roku can actually. So Roku is actually on my watch list here. So if anybody's curious about Roku, I will be looking at it, watching it tomorrow for a potential play, and I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. at the moment. So we just talked about the channel that I was in, that I was watching. Why am I looking at taking Roku? Well, Roku has a rather large gap here, starting at 330.50 and ending all the way at 335. Nice $5 gap here. And honestly, I had two targets. Either A, we were going to bounce where we were at 315 off that supply and back up, or we would end up testing the bottom of that support at 312. And sure as shit, that's exactly where we tapped today. With that, we had a small downtrend in this pullback and we broke it. And we broke it with volume, giving me confirmation that was the downtrend. And so right now, tomorrow's target and resistance is going to be my whole ribbon indicator, which also lines up with the previous support going back to here. So basically above that 323. And the next target is going to be that more than likely. I have the 200 here sitting at 328, but 330 would likely be my target there. So the YouTube channel, if you're sitting here on TikTok and you want to hop on the YouTube that's streaming live now, it's in my bio, Linktree bio. So just hop in there. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna keep it moving here. I like the setup. For me, my 9-day moving average is my stop loss. That's sitting at 318.33. We actually swung this one, opened very red, and then since have recovered quite well. So all right, let's see. Roku SPY, we already did that. So the 15-minute is better for day trading. Yes, day trading, 15-minute and hourly time frame, because people are notorious for panic selling when they're watching the 5-minute time frame. So I would be very careful. Yes. There we go. Maybe. Okay, so Alibaba. We had a couple of our admins. I tell you what, everybody, all of our admins were spitting fire today. So absolutely phenomenal day there. Okay, so we have Roku on the 15-minute better for day trading, ASO. Let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix actually was on my watch list last night. And son of a biscuit, man, because I was waiting. I was absolutely waiting to pounce on this trade. And we had so many other runners that I lost track of it. But damn, did we nail this analysis on Sunday. We thought maybe one more pullback. That's kind of where we at. We were where we were at anyway. But that's exactly what we got. We got a pullback. Got that. It actually closed below the 200-day EMA and then rebounded really, really nicely back up and bounced right off. So with that bounce, we got a nice break and downtrend. All of our EMAs or our moving averages look really, really good as far as holding up the stock and not trailing or lagging behind too far. So I would just keep this one simple. Let the trades come to you. You've got 590, and I honestly like 593 as a break level, but above 593, more than likely you're going to push back up to 595. I think it's also worth it looking at the flow in our chat. Those of you who are not in our chat, we do have option flow that does come into the chat. So let me go take a look here and see if we have any flow. We did last week, but those scents are no bueno. So no real flow coming in today for Netflix. So we'll see. Oftentimes we'll take a look at that for extra confirmation, but I think that looking at this setup here, and I think overall, if you look at the daily, you'll see that's a lot of power from 576 pushing all the way up to 588. That's a phenomenal move. This was where I thought this doji looks really good. I thought we would push there, but we ended up pulling back and retesting the very same downtrend that we broke. So, wow, that is a really, really awesome name, Chief. Um, Link in bio for all chart requests here on YouTube. So, or on TikTok. All right, so we got that one. We'll keep it moving here. I will no longer be taking any more requests after 9:15. All right. So if you guys on TikTok want to have your tickers tickered, then throw them in the YouTube. That's where I'm taking all requests. That way I can highlight them and go over them in order. All right. All right. So let's Netflix. We got that one. We're watching it tomorrow. No problem there. And I will say on my watch list for everybody listening, my watch list tomorrow consists of Chewy, DDD, Lulu, Roku, Netflix, and Plug. Alacola is already in play. No need to do anything with that except for maybe add if it looks good. Okay, so let's look at the next one, and the next one is ABT. Abbott, owie, ow, ow, ow. So I don't want to say like I called it, but like I think I talked about this. What was it last week, you guys? I don't know which. My nose is itchy, by the way, but I don't know where I posted this or whatever. Dude, thanks for pushing me to hold on CLR. Of course, Jeffrey. Good job, man. I do use Bollinger Bands, but not as often as other people do. It's not my thing. Spy is not going to crash. Spy is likely going to correct if anything occurs in that sense. But yes, it's crashing. Let's see. Is it crashing? What are you talking about, dude? Oh, okay. You scared me, dude. Um, it's a buy. What are your favorite stochastics? Um, I will Voza Vichy Vinci, but I am a little bit I'm in the middle of charting right now. So if you guys have any chart requests, guys, I'm gonna stop taking that request at 9:15 or wherever you're at 15 minutes after the next hour. So, all right. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Sorry about that. So, Abbott Therapeutics, we talked about this one last week. The massive rising wedge, and to be quite frank with you, there is a possibility of a bounce at 120. But as for, I don't know what you're in, but if you're down 95%. Not a big deal. Learning from your mistakes. So that's a great that you already know that you've made a mistake or that you missed something. So with this, I mean, this is a standard textbook rising wedge rejection here. That's where I would have taken that short and then holding that to the 20, breaking down to the 50, and then losing that 50, likely heading back down to this 200. That's where I would see Abbott. So rather than sit there and watch it bleed, I would start actively playing it up or down. So okay, let's keep it moving. And if you look at the hourly too on Abbott, anytime you break or lose this much ground, I don't know what the news was, but you will see some sort of bounce. So watch for a bounce to 121, potentially in that zone. So all right, let's keep it moving here. We've got ZX. I have this one already charted, so that's cool. So Z scalar. Looks like it's still in whatever pattern that I drew before. So Z scalar currently holding support. Looks like rejecting downtrend. So go to the 4 hour here. Yep. Right. So basically what you're going to do here is you're going to let this trade, I'd say come to you below 270, below 270, and this thing heads for a new lower low. Obviously 260 is the first target to the downside for me. I would say actually 265, but then 260, and then potentially down to 254.78. Thank you and goodbye. Um, So just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it's nonsense. But, there's also different ways to approach somebody when you don't understand someone. And if you ask them about it, it shows that you're capable of being fluid and thinking and absorbing other points of views and perspectives, because that's pretty closed-minded to look at something and just say, nah, that's nonsense because I don't get it. You know what I mean? Don't close self off to the possibility of making money. All right, so look at Zscaler. 1, 2, 3 rejections. I honestly would just let this trade come to you basically above 280 and below 270, and that's pretty easy to chart, um, or to enter and exit on. So, um, um, you're good, Boza. Whatever you want. Explain the setup. This is where my main plays are. This is where my watch list is, things that I can't keep track of. This is where my order fills are, and all of my entries and exits. This is the major indexes, and this is the chat room. So my setup is not necessary to be successful in trading at all. Don't. That's a misconception if you think that. Okay, so let's keep it moving, guys. Thank you guys, those of you in the YouTube for leaving likes. Those of you on TikTok, thanks for hitting that like button, and I will get to your guys' request, or you guys can hop into YouTube and leave those in. We've got 15 minutes if you guys would like for me to take a look at any of your tickers. All right, so we got ZS. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. We've got, I did look at Netflix, Disney, and LBS. Roxana, what's up, Roxana? Oh, hold on one second. Diz. Wait, hold on. Not Diz, DFS. DFS. Discover Financial Services. Okay. So, first off, just looking at the candlestick, you've got a neutral candle here, and honestly, it is exactly what it means. It's just a neutral candle. And honestly, if you look at today's movement, financials didn't do well. Um, as far as I'm concerned, eh, what I see here is I see a gap below you. The gap closes at 130, maybe even 130 flat. But that gets small gap underneath you. Then if you go to the hourly time frame, you can go ahead and start drawing this uptrend that you're currently holding and breaking as of now. So even if we did kept it nice and tight, but I believe that that's our trend line right there. It looks like you're falling below that trend line. So on the 4 hour daily time frame, excuse me. So there you go. So and you know what I actually would tell you on this one is watch for a retest. So you've broken downtrend, and now you have so you've broken out and you're losing a little bit of momentum. Watch for a pullback. As that pullback occurs, you need to see these moving averages catch up, right? You want to see those up, but everything long term looks like it's turning over to the upside. And you can tell that when this whole ribbon indicator flips a color, it stays that color for an extended amount of time, which means that Discover makes good, strong, extended moves or consolidates positively. So, looks good. Looks good. All right, let's keep it moving. DFS, LVS. Is it good for a swing trade? So, Las Vegas Sands, amongst other companies, right now, are dealing with some hot dog water movement. And that being said, Las Vegas Sands Corporation, it's a very obvious downtrend that is very, very, very far away, but that is not the trend that we are dealing with. This is the trend that we are dealing with, right? So the support that we were in that channel has now become resistance. And we are, in fact, at a support level, which is around 35.50. There still is the potential of 33, but looking at this setup at the moment, I honestly see some you can act, wow, look at that. So you do get a big drop here, make a new low, close that candle, and immediately start reversing back up. And you do have a gap here. The gap starts at 39.60 and it ends at 41.73. So with that being said, and it's really funny because you have a double gap. You have a gap over here on the uptrend that never got filled as well. So basically above that $30 or $40 mark, I would anticipate seeing at least a retest of this downtrend. So something like this. So you might end up seeing a little bit of consolidation here and then potentially popping up and hitting that. So um, thank you, JP. JP about to what were the plays today? We've got Alacola, Affirm. We played Cat, DDD. I bought some LZ, some speculative calls, Plug Power, QS, Roku, and Upstart. That was the plays. I actually had to stop trading because I was going a little bit too hard. Rudy? What is that? Rudy? Yeah, QS was sick for a little bit, and then it wasn't. All right, let's keep it moving, guys. Hopefully, I'm getting your guys' stickers done. Trying to move as fast as I can without compromising quality. Um, oh God, it's not quality. All right, so unfortunately, guys, BPIG, I don't like gaps. I'm going to tell you right now that on a stock like this, with the sentiment that it has, I don't like gaps, and I honestly see. Okay, so I do see this, like I do see the fact that it broke downtrend and it settled back down on support. Um, if you guys have any request at all, Tavo and bunched panties, I can't believe I said that on camera. Uh, leave those in the YouTube. Now I can't talk. Um, all right. Yeah, I can do Disney. All right, guys, we have a few more minutes until I am done going over tickers, and then I'll just take whatever questions you guys have. All right, so Disney, Las Vegas Sands, DFS, BBIG. So on BBIG, I would look for, now, like I said, I don't like the daily gap. I don't like any time you have a gap. It's not a big one, but it is a gap to six. It looks like 660, somewhere in there. Um, I'll be honest with you guys, it's not looking great because as you go for what looks to potentially be a rollover and you got that RSI kind of curling up, you get a pullback as of today. You also have a nice, big, strong green whole ribbon indicator that's finally starting to turn red. So I mean, it's not a huge gap, so we may leave it, but in my opinion, I would just play this one as it comes. Of course, it's a social sentiment stock, so it's going to run with that. So basically, once you break above the 9, above that 200, so I would say 735 would be the first place I'd start eyeballing BBIG to the upside, with the second potential entry around 775, and then of course the wick fill at $8. If you break above $8, then you look potentially good to the upside. Otherwise, below this 20, which is sitting at $6.75, you likely go and fill the gap and you drop to 623. All right, so FAMI. So let's take a look at FAMI here. US. Okay. All right, so FAMI Lama Ding Dong. This looks like Man, what is this? Mushroom transportation, right? That's what it is. All right. Well, first off, yes, you've been obviously very heavily shorted. Uh, the volume is insane. I don't know if this is just dip buying from long-term holders all the way back to April 21st. I got a day. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so the gap down here, volume rises and it's been stayed consistently high down at these levels. So I would be anticipating a gap fill, of course, at 30 cents. Right now, you're just barely climbing above your daily 9-day moving average. And I honestly would look at the 25 cent or almost 26 cent mark as the next resistance for FAMI. Again, I don't know what the news is. Everything looks like it's a little bit overbought on the lower time frame, so don't be surprised if you see a little pullback. Okay, also, let me also say this. When I see this kind of volume and I don't see stronger movement, that tells me that a lot of that volume is coming in from sellers. So whether that just be people who bought the dip dumping their shares on top or whatever the case may be, it's not showing the kind of strength that I need for an extended move to the upside. So if there's good news, maybe that bypasses what I say. But if otherwise, it needs more volume and in order to get to the $26 or 26 cent mark. So and then as far as CEI, y'all know my thoughts. It's just flagging, and that's what happens. So you're just getting a flag after a flag after a flag. Honestly, wait for this hourly 9-day moving average sitting at 968 to move up and hold that 275. Once you see that happen, more than likely you'll see a bit of movement to the upside. But I also would mention that with CEI, I'm going to say it again for those of you who are new or never watched my stream before. This is the day, right? These right here are the days that Zach starts tweeting. And this is when they really started tweeting and letting out the social media about CEI. And so I don't know why, but this volume right here bumping up out of nowhere with no price movement. And then out of nowhere, we just get these parabolic volume spikes that have never been seen before. I'm sorry, but somebody's going to be bag holding CEI for a very, very long time if they do not do what they say they're going to do and they end up being a bag holder. So anyway, so on QS, honestly, as long as you hold that 275, I do believe you will see the wick fill above 287. Otherwise, you will pull back, and that pullback will likely occur around 235 if you do pull back, and that's as of tomorrow, and the pullback will occur below 265. So, Tommy, go ahead and type that in the YouTube channel, and I'll get to your request. There's some people in front of you. So, a few more minutes, guys, and then that's the last of the tickers that I'm going to be taking. So, all right, so we have Zevo. Okay, there's another one of them. There's nothing I could do. There's no chart. There's nothing that I can like. Yeah, this is honestly, this is terrifying. It looks really, really bad, and the reason why is because there's obviously not a ton of liquidity. You do have these phenomenal run ups. I don't know what the news is on this. No, you're good. But anyway, so with Zevo, you have two massive spikes. You make lower lows. Perhaps you have, some type of massive setup forming here running off the top of these candles. But otherwise, I I, I really can't give you anything else without being dishonest. You know what I mean? Like I can't break this down any further without sort of reaching. It's almost 100% pullback from the pop. So either you A, go and fill your little gap, or B, you curl back up and you go. And I would say the price target for me would be 657, maybe 650. So great. If you got CCI down at the bottom, then that's gravy train. I'm happy for you. But all right. Mm, All right. Meta metals. This is actually one that we charted. What did we chart this one? Wait, hold on. We tried this last night. Who was on for Meta Metals? No shit. This ripped. Damn, did you guys catch that? Whoever asked about that? I broke this chart down. That's why it's already charted. So there you go. Meta Metals. Nice flag here. Nice holding, nice hold on that 9-day moving average. And great breakout. Good volume. You will see a pullback, I imagine. Don't be, be surprised if you see a drop back down to like $6, 5.90, but good breakout there. I would say the retest would come at 575. So watch for a retest of 575 if you don't make a new high. So, all right, keep it moving here. Meta Metals. I would honestly say a pullback there and then go for that wick fill to 650. So, alrighty. Amazon calls over what price? I would say Amazon calls over 34.28.75. Yeah, Jose, I don't even mind that there's only 29 people on the YouTube, dude. I don't do it for numbers. I just do it for if there's 12 people, there's only 10 people. It looks like we're freezing a little bit here. Hold on. Nope, everything's fine on my end anyway. Oh, for some reason, it's freezing at the moment, but uh-oh. Okay, can you guys hear me? Am I good? Am I back? What happened? I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm asking you guys. You guys aren't in my house. Better not be. Uh-oh. You guys, okay, cool. All right, I don't know why it's freezing for me. It says the bandwidths are lower. So, okay. Anyway, for Amazon, that would be the price target that I would be looking for there. Okay, so it is 9:15. So done with that. Gonna go ahead and hold it, hold it until the rest of them. Also, geez, this thing is lagging something fierce. Um, so I missed SPY. No, just back up, back up. Red Dog leader, BA was golden, of course, man. Do you trade options or these are just commons? I would say options. I mean, mostly just equity and options. So I'm not really doing much else. Uh, Boeing finished the day up against. We nailed this analysis, y'all. Boeing went for it. Actually rejected. So it made a inverse candle, or it's going to go for a gap fill tomorrow. Now that I look at the chart, so yeah, wow, that is so Boeing. This is exactly the kind of shit that Boeing does. Hopefully, you guys can see me, hear me, okay. Uh, no dropping from me. It's been working fine the whole entire time. Jacob, I go live every single day on our Discord. So hopefully you guys can see me because my service is dropping for some reason really bad. So um, I don't know why. All right. All right, I think we're good to go. So sorry about that. It was glitching. All right, let me know if I'm good to go. If not, I might have to hop off here and call it early. But I'll just keep going. Hopefully, it just keeps running. Looks like it's not. Okay, so it's excellent condition. All right, I'm gonna keep going. So you guys let me know if you can hear me. If not, those of you on YouTube, hit the link in the bio. That's where I'm at. Spy Luke, guys. Yeah, Quality is good. Okay, cool. All right. So honestly, for BA, I think it's back down to support, or at least back down to 222. So 222.50. So we nailed that, yo. And Opticy really crushed this play today. I was really happy about that. So all right. GSY. If you are still on YouTube with us right now, let me see your hand. Um, I don't know what happened there, so why can't I hear you? Oh Lord. Um, can you hear me now, or I don't know what's going on with my internet. Is it crashing? Okay, all right, we're good. I'm gonna keep going. Did you just ask me about GSY? Dude, this thing is awful. Um, is this ultra short duration? So besides being extremely weird looking, are we good? We're back. 920. Okay, I was getting a little lonely. Manny's just sitting here like, what the hell's going on, you weirdo? All right, cool. We're good to go. If I missed your tickers, just let me know. I'll keep going. I thought we were about to have to shut down. Okay, so it's not the setup that makes you successful, it's the person behind the setup that, yes, absolutely. Trying to absorb the knowledge you were drinking. Oh, thank you, Roxanne. I appreciate that. No, I have not done Neo. I have not done AMD. That was a new one. So let's do AMD. I kind of skipped over that one. So we talked about this yesterday again. You can still see it on YouTube on your cell phone, but it's all good. How do you get a whole monitor on top? I've got a duct tape. I duct taped it. It works good. So just kidding. There's it's just a bracket. I'll have to show you guys after the stream. So right here, AMD 107 108.75 is where we need to head to next and break into, and then the next target there is 1150. 11150, excuse me. 11150 for AMD to the upside. Third target is 114.65. And that is probably the exact levels, and I'm going to go ahead and mark that I would be anticipating, excuse me, anticipating AMD to stay within. So okay, and I apologize, guys. I lost my way here on the list of things. So it looks great. Nice flag breakout. Hopefully, the only thing that I'm hoping, and we don't do a lot of hoping here, but I'm hoping that AMD is not going to extend itself, because as this does look like a flag, it is a wedge as well. So a wedge can very easily extend itself and fake you out. So take these levels as they come and let this chart come to you. Reaper 319. We actually charted, we ripped that one to shreds today. So make sure to hop into YouTube though. If those of you on TikTok, that's where I'm taking those requests. So all right. So anyway, AMD so far so good. Good strong candle here. Nice bounce. Nice MACD rollover. Plenty of room on the RSI. AMD looks ready to go. Definitely a nice spurt in volume, breaking over the average volume line. And as you can see here, the cloud, right, settles back down and boop, right back above it. So great job on AMD there. I know a lot of you guys took that trade. So let's keep it moving. ARQQ. This one is a hot dog water fest right now, at least as far as that pullback is concerned. So just kidding. It actually does. Okay, no, hold on. I might have to stick to that statement. Doesn't look that great. Okay, so here's the deal. Below 19, below $20, below $20, you will see probably extended downside. The first target's going to come at 18. Second target's going to come at 1665. Now this thing does have like not even quite a head and shoulders, almost like a rounded top. But just as far as showing any type of resiliency, it's just kind of getting whacked at each retest. So if anything, watch for a small tap or small move up to 23.11. If not there, I would say the next price target would be 25 for a retest of the downtrend that you're currently holding at the moment. So there is a lower time frame setup right here on the hourly that I do see potentially playing out as your reversal pattern. So take a look at that. That is the beginning of a falling wedge. And so what likely could happen, like I said, a tap of resistance, $23, and then maybe even a new low at 16.75, like I was talking about. So that's what I would look for there. Um,
and then maybe even a new low at 1675, like I was talking about. So that's what I would look for there.
all right, so that's AQQQ.
All right, so that's AQQQ.
Moderna, that's the next one. mRNA. Did I miss BBY? No, did you not? No, you did not.
Moderna. That's the
So
next one.
Moderna, closing below
mRNA.
the trend
Did
line,
I miss BBY? No,
unfortunately.
did you not?
With the
No, you
double
did
top,
not.
we talked about this as well last
So
night,
Moderna
about how it really
closing
needed to
below the trend
reverse.
line,
It did not.
unfortunately.
Below
With the double top,
405,
we talked about
below
this as well
400,
last night about how it
385.10.
really needed to
Okay, I'm
reverse.
using my
It did
200-day
not.
EMA there,
Below
but I'm
405,
also using,
below 400,
and I would say here.
385.10.
So
Okay, I'm using
take a
my
look at
200-day
that, and
EMA
then
there,
next
but I'm
secondary
also
level
using, and I
right
would
here.
say here.
So
So take a look at that, and then
385,
next secondary level.
365,
So
and that's coming out of that pennant now.
385, 365.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
my gosh.
coming out of that pennant
Okay,
now.
so sorry, that was cool. I love technical analysis. So check this out.
Oh yeah.
Let me go
Oh
out to the
my
four,
gosh.
and I'm
Okay,
charting this
so
live, guys.
sorry.
So like I'm not,
I love technical
you
analysis.
know, like
So
I
check
don't know
this out.
everything, but
Let me
I'm
go to
looking
the
at this
four.
setup,
And
right? And so this
I'm
is
charting this
accurate,
live, guys.
right,
So
for a
like
lower
I'm
time
not,
frame support,
you know,
right? So
like
you
I don't
you
know
bounce
everything,
off of
but
it, you
I'm
break
looking at the
through it,
setup, right?
and
So
that'll
it's
happen
accurate,
on any
right,
time
for a
frame, right?
lower
So we
time
go out
frame
here to the
support,
daily,
right? So you
and
take a
you'll
look,
notice that
you
if
bounce
I
off of
run it
it,
off of
you
this
break through
low,
it,
run it off of this
and that'll
wick,
happen on
where
any
does my
time frame, right?
50-day
So you go out
EMA
here to the
line up
daily,
perfectly with
and
my
you'll notice that
support,
if
which
I
is
run
at
it off of this low, run it off
385.
of
So
this wick,
385
where does
on
my 50-day
um
EMA line up
nice screen
perfectly with
name,
my support, which is
Matt.
at
Uh,
385. So
but
385
yeah,
on
so that's where I would see Moderna
nice screen
2
name.
next. The next one that we had was
But
DKNG.
yeah, so that's where I would see
Um,
Moderna 2 next.
So
The
DKNG,
next
yep,
one that we
heading
had was
right back down, just like
DKNG.
we thought. So watch for that buying opportunity to present itself around
So
$45.
DKNG, yep,
Depends
heading
obviously
right
on the
back down just
timing.
like we thought.
You
So
are
watch
at
for
the
that buying
200-day
opportunity to present
EMA.
itself
A
around
lot of the times you will see a
$45.
bounce.
Depending
Doing that right
obviously
now,
on the
my guy.
timing.
So
You
watch
are
for a
at the
bounce back up to
200-day EMA.
$55.
A lot of the times you
If
will
you
see
break
a bounce.
55, sure
Doing
shit,
that
you
right
may
now,
end
my
up
guy.
going to the upside.
So watch for
PSG,
a
thank
bounce
you,
back
man.
up to
I see
$55.
you moved over to
If you
YouTube.
break
Appreciate that, my
55,
guy.
sure shit,
We
you
will
may end up going
absolutely
to the
go ahead and
upside.
take a look
PSG,
here
thank you, man. I
at
see
Affirm,
you
especially
moved
since
over to
I
YouTube.
screwed up my whole
Appreciate that, my
thing, but
guy.
and
We
also
will
because I
absolutely
want to
go
play it
ahead and
tomorrow
take a
potentially if
look
it looks
here
good.
at
Made
Affirm,
some good money on that one. That was a good
especially
move
since
today.
I screwed up my whole thing.
I know it did reverse
And
really
also
quickly, but
because I went over there
so
tomorrow,
anyway,
which is really good.
DKNG, like I said, watch
Made
for
some
a
good
bounce
money on
off of
that
that
one. It was a
level,
good move today.
retest 55
I know it
bucks.
did reverse really
And
quickly.
then potentially heading
So
back
again,
down, I would say
DKNG, like I said, watch for
45.50
a bounce off of that
price
level,
target there, but
retest
large pivot
55
forming here
bucks,
as well. So
and then potentially heading back down. I would say
Tyler,
45.50
DM me if there's any
right
more
there.
problems,
Large
dude.
pivot forming there as well. So
Just make sure that if you went through the website. I think you did. I already
Tyler,
saw it come in.
DM me if there's any more
Um,
problems, dude.
what is the sound in my background? That's the
Just
squonk
make sure that
bonks. Yep.
if you went through the website. I think you did. I
Am
already saw
I
it come in.
trading live on YouTube
What
tomorrow?
is the sound in my
I
background?
don't
That's the
know.
squonk
I
bonks.
don't know.
Yep.
Uh,
Am I
High
trading
short.
live
Yeah,
on
I know
YouTube tomorrow?
STCs. That
I
one's
don't
been we've
know.
been watching that one.
I don't know.
Um, we'll find out here in the morning.
Yeah,
So
I know
maybe
STCs.
we'll have a little
That
vote or
one's
something like
been
that.
watching
Make
that
sure
one.
to tune into the community page on
We'll find out
YouTube,
here in the morning, right?
and I'll post a little
Maybe
poll
we'll have a
there
little vote or
for
something
people
like
to
that.
vote
But
on.
make
So
sure to tune into
Okay, so we did D, K, and G. Let's
There.
do BB. Hold on one
Okay,
second.
so
TSX.
we
Yeah,
did
so TSX,
DKNG. Let's do BB.
same thing as SPY. You're up against
TSX.
a lower time frame
Yeah, so
downtrend,
TSX.
right here. Okay,
Same thing as
and
SPY.
you
We're up against
are.
a lower time frame downtrend. Right here. Okay. And you are.
Yeah, I don't like that. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do that, so that way we get an accurate trend line. Because SPY is a
You know what
crackhead.
I'm gonna
All
do
right, so
right
there's
now?
our
I'm not gonna do that.
resistance,
I'm just gonna do that.
and
So that way we get
there.
an accurate trend line. Because SPY is a crackhead.
Oh,
Alright,
that's
so
so
there's our
perfect.
resistance. And there.
All right, so
Oh, that's so
overall,
beautiful.
this is pretty much exact replica of what SPY looks like. So, in my opinion, and
Alright,
I'm
so
looking at the higher
overall,
time
this
frames,
is
but
pretty much
in
the
my opinion
exact
here,
replica
looking
of
at
what SPY
SPY,
looks like. So, in my
obviously
opinion,
we've
and I'm
broken.
looking at
Like if
the
you go look
higher time
here,
frames,
we've
but
broken.
in my
Look,
opinion
look at that.
here,
Like
looking
look
at
at this.
SPY,
Like if you didn't think I was right, like
obviously
wow,
we've
look
broken.
at that.
Like if you go look
You
here, we've
literally gap
broken.
right
Look
down.
at that.
And so as you can see here,
Like if
right,
you
if
didn't
I
think I
pull
was
this
right,
out,
like wow,
that may end up being our new
you
rule of thumb.
literally
So
gap right
above
down. And so as you can
uh
see here, right, if I pull this out, that may end up
205,
being our new rule of
I
thumb.
would
So
say
above
watch this level here. So 205.75, you do have a gap to
205,
fill. You have a gap to fill as
I would
well to
say
205.60.
watch this level here.
So
So
that would be where I would be
205.75,
looking at to the
you do
upside. To the downside, you have a
have a
gap
gap to
as
fill
well. That
as
gap
well to
starts at
205.60. So that would
203.85,
be where I would be
or
looking
excuse
at
me,
to
yeah,
the upside. To the
203.75,
downside, you have
excuse
a gap
me,
as well.
and it ends
That
at
gap starts at
203.13. So
203.85,
both price targets to, and it's
excuse me,
crazy because you
203.75,
have the very
and it
simple
ends
entry
at
of 205.10,
203.13. So
and the very
both
to the
price
upside,
targets
and then
hit, and it's crazy because
203.85 to the
you have
downside. So,
the very simple
all right.
entry of 205.10,
It's 9:30. All right,
and the
cool.
very to the
Did
upside,
I
and
miss
then
dock you? No, you didn't.
203.85 to the
Bitcoin.
downside. So
I haven't
all
done
right,
that one.
cool.
Next.
It's 9:30. All right,
I know
cool.
that you asked for that one
Did I miss
earlier.
dock you? No, you didn't. Bitcoin. All right, cool.
Oof. What's going on here?
Next.
All right.
I know that you asked for that one earlier. What's going on here? All right.
So I'm sure a lot of you guys are like trying to, those of you who are new, trying to figure out why I'm like
I'm
dragging
sure a lot of
lines
you
in
guys are
certain
like
ways and
trying
like,
to
why did I just choose this? Why did I go
figure
from
out
the
why I'm
daily to
like
the four
dragging
hour,
lines
right?
in
Because I
certain
couldn't
ways
see
and
the
like,
daily. I can't see where
why did
this
I just
starts
choose
and get an
this?
accurate move
Why did
here.
I go
So
from
what
the
I'm looking
daily to the
for
4 hour,
is to
right?
get a
Because I
little bit
couldn't
better
see the
detail
daily.
of
I
how
can't
this is
see where
moving.
this
So I go
starts
find the
and
actual
get an
bodies
accurate move
and I
here.
see
So
that there is a
what
bit
I'm
of an
looking
angle
for
to
is
them. I
like
also go
to
see
get a little
this
bit better
rejection
detail of
point
how
where
this
there's a
is moving.
beautiful
So I go
angle to
find
that
the
as
actual
well and a
bodies
nice rejection
and I
off the
see that
edge.
there's
And
a bit
as
of
you
an
can
angle
see
here, and
here,
also I
next
see
is
that
up
this
against downtrend for
rejection
the
point
third
here is a
time
beautiful
and
angle to
the
that as well, and
200-day
a nice
EMA. So
rejection
this
off the edge.
actually
And as you can
can
see here,
support a pretty
next
good
is
setup
up
above
against downtrend for the
324
third
because
time
what will
and
happen there
for
is
this
you'll
200-day
likely get a
EMA. So this
EMA
actually can
crossover. So one of my
support a
favorite
pretty good
setups for
setup
a
above
swing,
324.
especially on higher time
So
frames here, is the 9,
you'll
20, and the
get an
50
EMA
all going for that
crossover. So one of my
crossover to
favorite
the
setups
upside.
for a
And
swing,
usually you'll
especially
see
on higher
a
time frames here,
significant
is the
move.
9, 20, and
Um,
the 50 all going for that crossover to the upside. And usually you'll see
I love
significant
doing this.
moves
My favorite
for
part. See ya. Um, sorry. It's like my favorite thing to do.
I love doing this.
Um,
My favorite part. See ya.
anyway, so
Um,
NEXT,
sorry.
basically
It's like my
right
favorite thing to
above
do.
325. That's where I would
Anyway,
keep my eyes
so
on that one. So,
NEXT,
okay,
basically
let's
right above
do
325. That's where I would keep my eyes on that one. So,
NMTR.
okay, let's do
Uh,
NMTR.
double bottom, iffy. Double bottom, not really. Actually, hold on a second.
Uh,
This is
Double bottom.
biopharma. Yeah, see this is really hard to
Double
chart.
bottom. Not really.
At
Actually, hold on a
least
second.
with any type of accuracy because it's all
Yeah,
news based.
this is
But
really hard to chart,
there you go.
at
So
least
looks as if
with any type of
you've
accuracy,
broken
because
to
it's
the
all
upside out
news
of this
based.
downtrend.
But
Um,
there you go. So looks
yeah,
as
of
if
course.
you've broken to the upside out of this
If
downtrend.
Micron, let's do
Um,
Micron in the morning if it has earnings.
yeah, of course.
So, anyway,
If
NMTR,
Micron, let's do
nine
Micron in
one
the morning
forty
if it has
five
earnings.
is, and you can see that this is the zone. So this is
Anyway,
where you're
in
gonna want to move to the upside
MTR,
here. Right.
145 is, and you can see that this is the
Trying to
zone. So
decide.
this is where you're
I
gonna want
like
to
it
move
right
to the
there.
upside here. Right.
Yeah, and that's at 150. So basically 150. So
Right.
150
So
past
I
150
like it
in
right there.
MTR I could possibly see.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's where
what
at 150.
platform do
So
I
this
use?
would be
I actually did
150. So
Meta
150
Metals on my
in MTR I could possibly see.
chart.
What
If you
other
guys have any
platforms do I
chart
use?
requests
I
on
actually did
TikTok, those
Meta
are
Metals
on
on my
YouTube where I've done a lot of the ones that you guys are already
If
requesting.
you guys
So
have any chart
just
requests
scroll
on
through and look at the
TikTok,
watermark and you'll find
those
it.
are
So
on
it is Trading View
YouTube
though.
where I've done a lot of the ones
Okay,
that you
so
guys
we've
are already
got,
requesting. So
yeah.
just scroll
So
through
do
and look
you
at the
think
watermark and you'll find it.
Wells
So
Fargo's
it is
case is going
Trading
to
View.
screw up the strength of the bank
Okay,
sector?
so we've
Absolutely
got
good. Absolutely
yeah.
good. If it actually has
Wells
holds
Fargo's case is
ground,
going to
yeah,
screw up the strength of the
for
bank
sure.
sector. Absolutely good. Absolutely good. If it actually has holds ground, yeah, for sure.
Nice. Donnie Holbrook. Whoops, I didn't mean to bring up your profile.
Nice.
Oops, my bad.
Donnie Holbrook.
Yes, that does is a great brokerage. Great brokerage.
Uh,
Okay, so anyway,
yes,
that's
that
in
is
MTR.
a great brokerage.
Dennis, did I look at your LXU?
Okay, so anyway,
I
so
don't think
that's
I did,
in
but great
MTR.
day. A great hold.
Dennis,
In
did I
fact,
look at
this is
your
a great
LXU?
setup to build a new supply zone.
Don't think I
Um,
did, but great
or
day.
yeah, so you could
Great
end up
hold. In fact,
creating
this is
a new
a great
demand
setup to
and
build a new
breaking out
supply
from that
zone.
demand zone in order to move higher
Yeah, so you could
into
end up
and
creating
I'm not
a
sure if
new
this is
demand
all-time highs. No,
and
definitely
breaking
not.
out from that demand
So
zone in
it
order
looks like the
to
next
move
immediate
higher
target
into
is sitting around
and I'm not sure if
$14.
this is all-time
So
highs.
with
No,
that and
definitely
the
not.
massive
So
EMA
it looks
crossover
like
here on
the
the
next
weekly,
immediate target is sitting
just
around
wait for the
$14.
9-day EMA
So
or the
with
9-day
that,
moving average
the
right here.
massive
So that
EMA crossover here on the
975,
weekly,
it's going to, and I just
just wait
explained
for the
this, when your
9-day
bullish
EMA
moving
or the
averages are
9-day moving average
lagging,
right here.
that's
So that
normally when you'll see
975,
some type of
it's gonna
continuation
just to
or
explain this, when your
consolidation, excuse
bullish
me,
moving averages are
underneath a whole
lagging,
number, and
that's
that is
normally
right
when you'll
there at
see some type of
$11. That's exactly where they're holding it underneath. So,
excuse me,
um,
underneath a whole
so
number,
that's
and that is
LXU.
right
Sorry, I
there at
missed that.
$11. So that's exactly when
Matt,
you're
did I
holding it
get Ken?
underneath. So, um,
No,
so that's LXU.
I don't
Sorry, I
think
missed
so.
that.
Okay,
Matt, did I
so
get
I
Ken?
wasn't, and I'm still not
No.
100% sure, but I
I don't think so.
think that Penn is going to
Okay,
establish a
so
channel. So
I
Penn,
wasn't, and I'm
honestly, I
still
see it at
not
$89,
100% sure, but I
maybe
think
maybe even
Penn
higher.
is going
Hold
to
on a
establish a
second.
channel. So Penn, honestly, I
Yeah,
see it at
definitely. Okay, so
$89.
definitely $90. I'm looking at
Maybe
this
even
channel
higher.
trade.
Hold
Look
on
at
a
that
second.
setup. Boom.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so definitely $90. I'm looking at this channel trade. Look at
So
that setup. Boom.
my setup here on Penn. And those are my targets in between. So above this
So there,
200,
that's
right
my
there, 80.65. Next
setup
target
here
would
on
be
Penn,
85, and the next target
and
would
those are
be
my
90.
targets in
And this
between. So
would
above
stay.
this
This would be
200,
inside of
right
this
there,
channel. So it all depends on
80.65.
timing.
Next target would be 85, and the next target
I
would be
opened a pin
90.
swing today,
So this would be inside of
770.50
this
up,
channel. So it all depends on timing. I opened a
77.50.
pin swing today, 770.50
Not bad.
up.
Not bad. Yeah, you just got to get over 80.50, 80.65, and you're on your way to 85.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, you just got to
All
get
right.
over 80.50, 80.65, and you're on your way to 85. All right.
Wish. There's not much else I can say on Wish. It's broken down trend. Watch for a big green dingus on this time frame.
There's
Honestly,
not much else
it's
I can
all
say on Wish. It's
it's
broken down
everything
trend.
is just
Watch for
sitting
a big
flat.
green dingus
So there's a massive
on
gap
this time
above
frame.
you. Not much has changed about my analysis here. 750 to the
same
upside with
thing.
the gap to
So
fill,
there's a massive gap above
923.
you.
And at that point, everybody's going to be
Now
talking about it, and then
analysis
Wish
here.
will likely
750 to
scream
the
to the
upside with
upside.
a
So
gap to fill.
this one's in a
923,
falling
and at
wedge.
that point,
It's might
everybody's going
trade
to be
flat,
talking about it, and then Wish will
but that's
likely
that's my
scream to the
my
upside.
setup
So
there. So
this one's in a
um,
falling wedge. It might trade flat.
okay, so let's
That's my setup there.
APBS.
Um,
Um,
okay, so let's
see if I have time.
APBS. See if I have time.
Man, we had our top shelf signal that downside play on Nike today,
Man,
and then an
we had
AI
our
came in.
top
Me and
shelf
him both had
signal
AI
that
plays. I
downside play
signaled Alacola
on
and
Nike today,
$50 calls,
and then an
and
AI came
we
in.
had an AI
Me and
end
him
up
both
coming
had
in.
AI plays.
So
I
it was
signaled
actually cool. I beat the
Alacola
bot. I
and
signaled it, and then bot
$50
started
calls,
signaling it.
and
So
we
Bob,
had a
no,
we had
not a
we had a
problem at all, man.
it was
Hopefully
actually
you get
cool.
that
I beat the
volume that you're
bot.
looking
I
for.
signaled
So
and then bot
DocuSign,
started
guys,
signaling. So
same thing here.
Bob, no,
I
not a
gave you
problem
guys
at
the
all,
target
man.
potential to the
Hopefully you
upside.
get that volume.
And then we
So
rejected that
DocuSign
entry
guys,
mark, which
same
means we
thing
rejected
here. I
resistance.
gave
I
you
already
guys
did
the target
FAMI.
potential
If
to
you
the
want to go look
upside,
at FAMI
and then
or
we rejected
DKNG, I
that
did those
entry
breakdowns
mark.
on my YouTube just a second ago.
I
So just
already did
scroll through the
FAMI.
live.
If you
You
want
can
to
just
go look at
rewind it back. The
FAMI
video will
or
also be uploaded for
DKNG,
you
I
to
did those
watch later
breakdowns on my
forever.
YouTube
So
just a second
DKNG,
ago.
go
So
check that
scroll
out.
through the
I
live,
just did a breakdown
just
on it.
rewind it back. The video
Um,
will also be
anyway,
uploaded
so
for you
if
to
any,
watch
if
later
DocuSign was to
forever.
bounce, it
So
would likely be
DKNG, go check
here.
that out.
You
I
have
just did a
already
breakdown
bounced
on it.
at this level, right, of
Anyway,
260,
so if
and
DocuSign was to
what
bounce, it would
seems to
likely be
be
here.
a inverse
You
cup
have
and
already
handle.
bounced
So
at
I
this
honestly
level,
would
right,
watch
of
for a
260,
break below
265.
250, or at least go down
It
to
seems to be
250.
a
But
inverse cup and
250 would be
handle.
my
So
target
I honestly
to the
would watch
downside
for a
right now
break
with
below
DocuSign. So
250,
I'm
or at
actually
least
going to
go
send an
down to
alert
250. But
there.
250 would be my
Now,
target to the
a
downside.
saving
So
grace for DocuSign would be a slow roll over
there.
rather than a
Now,
pullback, but everything right here is not
a
looking
saving grace for
super duper great.
DocuSign would be a
But like I
slow
said, if you as long as you
rollover
hold above
rather
160
than
or
a pullback, but
260,
everything
50,
right here is not
you
looking
should be
super
green. So
duper great.
could you do Bitcoin or
But like I
MSTR?
said,
Let's see if we have enough
you
time, Johan. I'm
so
trying to
you
get
should
off
be
of here
good.
before 10 o'clock. So
You should be good.
that
Could you
way I
do
can
Bitcoin or
also sleep.
MSTR? Let's see if
I
we
have a
have enough
busy day
time,
tomorrow,
Johan.
so
I'm trying to
I
get
have
off
a
here
lot
before
going
10
on.
o'clock.
So
So that way I can also sleep. I have a busy day tomorrow. So
okay.
I
No, I
gotta
haven't
get
done
off
naked, but
photos.
I will take a look at it in
Um,
just a moment.
okay.
Okay.
No, I
Next,
haven't done naked, but I
Docu
will take a look at it in
Nike
just a moment.
double inside day for Spider. Yeah, it should be fun.
Okay, next Nike.
Wow, I have some levels on
Double
this one.
inside day
So
for SPY.
Nike, honestly, straight into the freaking gap. I wish UPS would have done that. Did UPS go
Wow,
into its
I have
gap?
some levels on this one. So
Stupid. No,
Nike,
it didn't.
honestly, straight into the freaking gap.
So
I
anyway,
wish UPS would have done that. Did UPS go into its gap?
big break. You actually gapped down into it. So great call on his part. I would watch for. In fact, you already hit
Big
it.
break.
But
You
I would
actually
watch
gapped down
for
into it. So great call on his part.
147.35,
In fact, you already hit it.
145 even, and that's where the 200-day EMA is. Below that, that's a whole different story. So,
145
on
even,
that one.
and that's where the
Oh,
200 day
sorry, I'm getting
EMA
tired,
is.
guys.
Below that,
Nike. So looking
that's
at
a
the
whole
hourly time
different
frame,
story. So, on that
I
one.
honestly see more
Sorry, I'm getting
downside.
tired, guys.
Looking at the
Nike.
setup,
So looking at the hourly time
you could
frame,
see a retest of 150, but
I honestly see more downside. Looking at the setup,
we gonna tank you debt.
you could see a retest of 150, but
We gonna tank you your debt talks. Oh,
we
sorry.
gonna take
Uh, no, I don't think we're a tank. I think we might correct. Okay.
debt talk.
Disney.
No, I don't think we're
Yes.
tank. I think
Okay.
we might correct.
Watch the break below today's low for
Okay.
continuation to 145.
Disney.
So
Yeah. So okay. Watch the break below today's low
Disney.
for continuation to 145.
Disney's hot dog water right
So
now, unfortunately as well. So here's your bottom support,
Disney's hot dog water right now.
and man, what a strong
Unfortunately, as
push
well.
down to
So
said
here's
support.
your
So there you
bottom
go.
support.
There's your candle bounce right off of
And man, what a
169
strong
and a
push down
retest of
to said
50% of
support.
this pattern. So
So
if
there
you go
you
look at the
go.
consolidation here and you
There's your
split
candle
it in
bounce right
half,
off of
That's
169.
currently where we
It takes
broke
a
above.
50% of the
So I
trade.
would be
If you look at
watching.
the consolidation here and you split it in half,
I would say
it's
on
completely
Disney
above. So I would be
182.52. Look at the
watching
hourly time frame and
I would
set
say
a trend
on Disney 182.52. Look at the hourly time frame and set a trend
like so. Oops. So for me, um,
like
below
so.
this trend line, so below
Oops.
176, back down. And honestly, this
So
isn't
for
super
me,
bullish. It takes 4 days to make
below
very
this
little
trend line,
movement to
so
the
below
upside.
176,
Um,
back
so
down. And
to the
honestly, this
upside, I
isn't
would
super
watch above
bullish. It
180.
takes
I
four
wouldn't
days
even
to make
like
very little
try and
movement to the
take a
upside.
crack at it any sooner. But
So
that's
to the
Disney's been
upside, I
getting
would watch
slapped around something
before
fierce.
you
So
even like try
on
and
Disney, I
take
would
a
just
crack at
wait
it
for that trade
any
again to
sooner.
come
But
to you
that's
and
Disney's
below
been getting slapped
176.
around something fierce. So
Um,
on Disney, I would
I
just
already
wait
did
for
Wish.
that trade again to come to you
It's on the YouTube
below
channel.
176.
Okay, so Disney
I already did Wish.
Roblox.
It's on the YouTube channel.
So Roblox showed a little bit of resiliency dropping back down, and you know what is actually going to end up happening here is if we do,
So
in
Roblox showed a little
fact,
bit of
actually
resiliency
rebound
dropping
or
back down,
V-shape
and you know
on
what is
Roblox
actually going to
back
end up
up
happening
to
here is if we
81.75,
do,
I
in
would
fact,
anticipate a
actually
return
rebound
and
or
an
V-shape
inverse head
on
and
Roblox
shoulders
back
for
up
a
to
crack at
81.75,
$85.
I would
Um,
anticipate a return
Unfortunately,
and an
those of
inverse
you
head
on
and
YouTube
shoulders
or on
for
TikTok, I am done taking new chart requests. I'm finishing up here on YouTube, and I'm
those of
done.
you on
But a
YouTube,
lot of the ones that you guys are looking at
I am done taking
are
new
already
chart
done
requests.
on
I'm
YouTube. So
finishing up
scroll
here on
through the
YouTube,
YouTube.
and
Um,
I'm done. But
yeah.
a lot of the
The
ones that you guys
ribbon,
are
the
looking at
ribbon is the whole ribbon
are
indicator
already
here.
done on YouTube.
Whole
So scroll
suite
through
by In
YouTube.
Silico.
Um, yeah.
So
The ribbon is the whole
right
ribbon
there.
indicator here. Whole suite by In Silico. So right there.
No.
No.
All right. So watch for a hold above 78 and
All
push
right.
above $80, and we'll probably take this one for a run. So
So
my
watch for
YouTube,
a
my link
hold
is in the
above
bio.
78 and
I trade
push above
live
$80, and we'll probably take
oftentimes
this
on
one for a
YouTube,
run. So
live every night on YouTube.
my
So
link is in the
well,
bio.
most nights.
I trade live
Okay,
oftentimes
so
on YouTube, live every night on YouTube. So
I
well,
think
most nights.
I'm gonna
Okay,
do a
so
firm. All right, so Affirm, I actually have some a decent setup here for you. So check this out. Now, I was
all
speculating
right, so
a
Affirm
couple
actually
of
has
different
some
things
a
here,
decent
and
setup
I'll
here
tell
for
you
you.
why I have all these
So
crazy
check
lines.
this
So
out. Now,
first of
I
all,
was
this is
speculating
absolutely
a
its
couple of
support
different
running
things
off of
here,
this
and
August
I'll tell you why
21st.
I have all these crazy
Absolutely
lines.
is
So
support at
first
the
of all,
moment.
this
Now, if
is
you'll notice,
absolutely
we're
its
pretty
support running
far
off of
away
this
from
August
support.
21st.
Oftentimes when that happens, like
Absolutely is
so,
support
we
at
will
the
see
moment. Now, if
extended
you'll notice,
draw, right? So
we're
there is the
pretty far
potential
away from support
that
oftentimes
if
when that
this
happens, like
wick, and
so,
it's not, I'm
we're
not
going to see
certain yet,
extended
but if this
draw,
wick
right?
is
So there is
true,
the
then
potential
a firm
if
barely
this
taps
wick, again,
129 and
we're
it
not certain
absolutely
yet,
pulls back
but if
and
this wick
dumps
is
to
true,
121 to
then
get retail
Affirm
shaken out of that
barely
trade.
taps
If that
121
happens,
and
watch
it
for it to
absolutely
potentially
pulls back
trend to the
and
trend line.
dumps to 121 to
But
get
I would look
retail
for a
shaken out of
third
that
tap
trade.
of this trend
If that
line.
happens,
Now, in the
watch
bull
for it to
case, if we go
trend
for
to
the
the
wick
trend
fill,
line.
the wick fill occurs at
But I would look
131.
for a
If we
third
fill the
tap of
wick to
this
the
trend line.
upside, the
Now,
next wick, the previous day's high,
so
133.44,
here's at
45,
131. If we fill the
would be
wick
to
to
the
the
upside.
upside, the
And the
next wick
target
would
would
be
be 140 and then 145.
145.
Both of those are the targets that I was looking
Would
at,
be
and
to
I
the
feel
upside,
conviction
and
that
the
it
target
will.
would be 140
But
and
that's what I'm
145.
kind of seeing here on a
Both of those
firm.
are the
So,
targets that I'm looking at,
um,
and I feel conviction that it will. But that's what I'm kind of seeing here on a firm. So, um,
I'll chart Bitcoin. Um, Bilateral pennant. Below 552, MicroStrategy likely, and it looks like it tried to fill a gap. It
Bilateral
did fill a
pennant.
gap. So gap is
Below
filled.
552,
Um,
MicroStrategy likely, and it looks like it tried to fill a gap. It did fill a gap.
Watch 650.
So gap is filled.
That's where your trend line is to the upside. And watch
Watch
567,
650. That's where your trend
565
line is to
to
the
the
upside.
downside. There's a very small
And
gap at 526
watch
to
567.
511. Now, I don't know if they
565
have earnings or
to the
anything coming up.
downside. There's
That
a very
definitely could
small
play a
gap
part,
at
but this is what you look
526
like on
to
support, right?
511.
So
Now, I
basically
don't know if they have earnings
above
or anything coming
to
up. That definitely could play
623
a part,
inside of
but
this
this is what you
pattern.
look like
You're
on
looking for a test
support,
of
right?
resistance
So
around
basically above
655.
to
So,
623 inside of this
all right.
pattern, you're looking for a test of
I
resistance
am
around
extremely tired.
655.
I got my mouth is dry, so I'm gonna
All
go ahead
right.
and call it a night. I will see you
I
guys live
am
tomorrow.
extremely tired.
You guys have my watch list.
I got my mouth is
Um,
dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night.
I
We'll
got
see you
a
guys
very
live
busy day
tomorrow.
tomorrow,
You guys
unfortunately.
have my
So
watch
I'm going to
list.
be trying to, and I may trade live on YouTube as well, but um,
I got a
I
very
may
busy
try
day
to
tomorrow,
stay
unfortunately. So
live for
I'm going
just
to
a
be
little while, but I
trying
might
to
not be able to stay
trade
the
live
entire
on YouTube
day.
as well. But
And then again, guys, I
I may
just
try to
changed the
stay
Patreon.
live for just a
So
little
for those
while,
of
but I
you,
might
there's
not be
only
able
a
to
few
stay the
spots
entire
left.
day.
But I went
But
ahead
again,
and
guys, I
for the
just
first
changed
people who sign
the
up with me with the
Patreon.
Patreon,
So
it's going
for
to be
those of
six
you, there's
months
only
in
a
the
few spots
Discord
left.
for that
But I
first
went
month
ahead
as a
and
bonus.
for the first people who
And
sign
that's
up with
just
me
this is
with
the
the
first Discord
Patreon,
I've ever or
it's going to be
Patreon that
6
I've ever
months in
made.
the Discord. For that
It's
for the
slowly
first
filling up, so I
bonus.
figured I'd put that out there as well
This
as
is the first
give you
Discord
guys a little bit
or
more
Patreon
value,
I've ever
especially some of you
made.
guys who are just joining. So I
And
appreciate you guys'
it's going to be slowly
support. And
filling
then
up. So if you guys
again,
want
if
to
you
join
guys
me
want to
over
live
there
trade
as
with
well,
us and we are not on YouTube, there's a a 5 day
I appreciate you
trial.
guys'
Um,
support. And then again,
all
if
the
you guys
way
want to live trade with us
yeah, it is. I think I
and we
just
are
had to
not on
double check in my
YouTube,
brain. I thought it was
there's a
6,
free
but it's 5 day
5 day
trial.
trial.
So you guys can hop in risk
All the
free
way
and
yeah, it is
trade with us.
it's really
Also,
great.
I have
So
been
it's a five
dropping.
day
It's
trial.
free to go into
So
my
you guys
Discord,
can
but
hop in
you
risk
guys
free
can go and
and
see. I've been
trade
dropping
with
books,
us.
and I have an
Also,
at. I'm
I
just
have
gonna
been
keep it.
dropping. It's free to
I
be
have a
on my
lot.
Discord, but
Okay, I have a
you guys
lot
can go and see. I've been dropping books,
of
and I have
stuff
an at. I'm just gonna
to
keep it. I have a lot.
books.
Okay, I have a
More
lot
books are coming, is what I'm saying.
of
So,
stuff.
anyway,
So
it is
more books are coming.
basically like 24-hour. Somebody's but basically like
It
24
is
7 access to me via
basically like
phone,
24
call,
hour access to me via
text,
phone, but
video
basically like
breakdowns. It's all in the
24
description, so just check that
7
out. So,
access to me via phone,
um,
call,
yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Good night.
video
I will
breakdowns.
do more
It's all in the
breakdowns
description,
tomorrow
so you guys
morning.
can check that
I'll
out.
try to be up around 8:15.
Yeah.
If I will always
All right,
open
guys. Good
YouTube
night.
early if I can.
I'll do more
So be
breakdowns
sure
tomorrow
to
morning.
follow the
I'll try
Twitter
and be up around
if you don't,
8:15
or have that bell
YouTube
on
early
YouTube set.
so be
But
sure to
otherwise, guys,
follow the Twitter.
let me guys know if you guys do end up
Otherwise,
hopping in the
guys,
Patreon or in the Discord. Make sure to DM me
otherwise,
and say
guys,
hello. Let me know that you're in
let me
there,
know if
and
you guys do
I'll
end up
talk to you guys
hopping in the Patreon
going
or
further.
in the
So,
Discord. Make sure to DM
also,
me and say
article
hello.
we did
Let me
see
know if you
Kathy
guys
Wood sell another
do
$19.3 million
going further. So,
in Tesla
also, article
as the
we
stock
did
has
see Kathy
popped
Wood
up to
sell another 19.3
um,
million
new
dollars in
highs. So
Tesla
19.3 million.
as
So,
the stock has popped up to
alrighty.
new
All right,
highs.
everyone on YouTube, thank you guys so much. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully, you guys got some
Alrighty.
stuff out of it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All
Peace.
right, everyone on
Bye.
YouTube, thank you guys so much. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully, you
All
guys got
right.
some stuff out of it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.